Pink Dragonfly 9. So I know it's been a while since I've uploaded a video and you're like, where did this girl go? She put up a few videos on NACA and disappeared. So I know last time I checked in with you guys, I had told you, my goal for setting aside enough money for minimum required funds and my monthly payment shock. So since that video, I think I told you guys that I was waiting to drive Uber until I got confirmation from my insurance company that my car was okay to drive Uber after having a minor accident. Anyway, that took a while because, and so after about 3 months of going back and forth between the insurance company and the collision center, I got the car fixed. I got confirmation that everything was okay. And so I got back on the road. I thought I was going to get back on the road. Then I had some medical issues that I had to take care of, had surgery, and I was out on my ass for another month. No Uber. So that was about 4 months I missed in Ubering, which I would say on average was about $4,000 in total that I missed in Ubering. Regardless, I was able to put aside some money that I received from my 9-to-5 job. And it's not as much as I wanted it to be, but it is what it is. You do the best you can, right? So since then, I actually met with my NACA counselor, which was great. The one that I will be meeting with remotely. She was really, really cool. And so I told her what I was looking for. I decided to make some adjustments just on, being on my ass for a month. Well, being on my ass for a few months really put things into perspective. And I decided to go with a more conservative, even more conservative amount than what I originally decided on when I went to the Achieve the Dream event. So I decided to keep it at a certain amount and decrease that amount from what I originally had planned when I had last uploaded a video about my budget. So before, I believe my minimum required, well, altogether, the amount that I had to save up was like $9,000 some odd dollars, right? Well, now I decided to decrease the amount to, I think the total amount for what I want that I need to save up with minimum required funds and my payment shock is going to be about, hold on now, let me check that. It's going to be $7,360, which, right, about, a little over $2,000 in that I'm deducting. For the property that I want to purchase, my number one pick in particular is a mixed use property. So I personally have not seen anyone on YouTube talk about NACA and buying a mixed use property, which is, a whole process in and of itself. They kind of consider it like a multifamily home. So you have to take the same procedures, even though it would be part of the property of a mixed-use property is a commercial property, not necessarily multiple family homes. So they still consider it a multifamily, and because of that, I have to take a workshop that is going to be like pretty much like a landlord's type of workshop, and pretty much to give me the tools to be, I guess, a decent landlord. And so that's where I'm at now. That's my number one pick. I know that there's not as many mixed use properties, so I am keeping in the back of my mind that I still would consider a residential property and maybe in the future, convert it to a mixed use property. I'm still open to that, but my preference is mixed use, so that's what I'm going for. So the counselor said, all right, boom, for the change amount that you want to pay every month for your mortgage and taxes, you have to save up to $7,360, which is less than what it was before. Thank goodness. Especially since I, lost out on 4 months of saving that I would have liked, additional money. And I have to take this class, and then start putting together a few more documents. Like, for instance, one of the things I think I had mentioned in a previous video that I was interested in moving to Philadelphia. I'm planning on moving to Philadelphia at this point. And so I decided that because I live in New York City, checking out homes it's possible to check out homes living in New York City, traveling to Philadelphia. I drive, so I could do it. It might be easier for me to live in Philadelphia. So, with that being said, I have decided that early next year I'm going to move to Philadelphia and just like rent an apartment. Now, when exactly that is, it depends on when I find an apartment. And I confirmed with the counselor, if anybody's interested, I confirmed with the counselor, as long as there's no gap in the timeline from when my last residence to a new residence, as long as there's no gap in terms of paying monthly rent, doesn't pass 30 days, and I stay with my payment shock, nothing changes on paper, it shouldn't cause any issues with my application. I confirmed that and looked in the NACA workbook. So that was good. So I said, okay, it'll be much easier for me to look at a property when I'm 10 minutes away versus like 2 hours away. So, or 2.5 hours away. So, I decided to do that. So, keeping the money aside that I saved up for NACA, I saved up about $4,037. And I need to put aside money for not a down payment, but pretty much a down payment for a rental, for an apartment. So right now that's my focus, and I have to take care of other things financially, as I'm going through this process. So my next appointment with my counselor is early next year. So I gave myself a couple months to work on putting aside separate money from NACA for an apartment, a new apartment that's going to be in the Philadelphia area. Luckily, my cousin's a real estate agent, so she's helping me with that. Shout out, cuz. And so I'm doing that. So, slow and steady. I did have moments where, I won't lie, I was a little frustrated, and I got frustrated myself, but I was like, first of all, like, you have to make sure you're safe. You need to make sure that others are safe when they're in your car, but then you also have to take care of your health. So I have to sometimes remind myself not to be hard on myself and not kick my butt over some things that I just can't control entirely. I control the things that I can, and not beat myself up about it. And, for any of you guys who tend to do the same thing, I'm just reminding you guys, like, don't do it yourself. Like, you will get to where you're trying to get to. You just got to remember the ultimate goal and don't forget it, and continue on, one foot in front of the other. And that's pretty much it. I figured you guys, like, in the day-to-day process of saving up and doing all these things, it's not much for me to update you guys on in terms of NACA. When I do have another update, I'm definitely going to upload that for you guys, and I'll put it under my NACA playlist, which I do have. So just check under my playlist and look for NACA, and you'll see all the videos regarding NACA. But, I'm going to also, talk about some other things that, interest me. I think soon I'm going to be uploading a video that's going to just explain a little bit more about myself. I guess I've been talking about this whole process, and you're probably like, who the hell is she though? Like, what is she trying to do? What is she, you know what I mean? What is she about? Why am I even following her? So, I'm going to be doing that soon as well, and continue on my process with my NACA. I said there's multiple journeys within this journey, so that hasn't changed. And yeah, so I hope for all you guys in the middle of your NACA process, continue on, And for those of you who have wrapped up and finished up closing and all this other stuff and, you know, done everything you need to do to go on to the next stage of life, kudos to you. You know, I think this is, it's definitely a process. And I think that the YouTube community in terms of NACA, it's been very, very helpful, I know, for me, and I'm sure it helps other people as well. So I would like to contribute to that, and continue uploading information that maybe someone else might be interested in. Maybe there's someone that's interested in a mixed use property. And yeah, when I have more information also about that workshop, I'll let you guys know, because I'm interested in exactly what I'm going to learn and how long is it going to be. I just need to sign up for that. So there's going to be a lot going on over the next several months. But I'm pacing myself. I got to put myself, make sure I'm okay, and I'm doing things in a healthy way. I got all dolled up for you guys. I got all, like, I put my little white t-shirt on. Well, I got dolled up from the waist up, because below this, I'm wearing some PJs. That's as much as y'all was gonna get, okay? But anyway, it's been good, guys, and I will check in with you guys later. Peace.